Hi, this weekend I watched Wild Geese 2, the 1985 sequel to the 1979 action adventure thriller. This film is interesting in that although it's based on a sequel novel, it doesn't feature any of the cast or characters from the first film. Instead, it's the story of a group of mercenaries hired by executives for an American broadcasting company to spring Rudolf Hess out of Spandau prison. Hess is the last surviving member of the Nazi High Command and apparently has all kinds of nebulous secrets that will blow the Western world wide open. And so John Haddad, a Lebanese American mercenary, partners with the brother of the protagonist from the previous film, played by Edward Fox, on a plan to break him out of prison during a hospital visit and expose the secrets to the world, little knowing that there are various other parties also interested in Hess being a free man. It's generally pretty enjoyable. The first film had an African setting. This opts for contemporary Berlin, contemporary for 1982, and it is much more of a period movie. It's the Berlin of the wall of the Cold War, and it's all the more remarkable that not only is the film based around Hess as a real person, but Hess was still alive when the film came out. He actually died 2 years later. Um, The production is generally very strong. Peter Hunt directed what I feel is the best James Bond film on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and although he had a less than impressive film career after that, this is a slick, well-produced film. The cast is strong. Scott Glenn as Haddad is engaging. Edward Fox is the usual louche Edward Fox type, even though it was supposed to be Richard Burton's character from the previous film, but sadly Burton died only a week before filming was due to start, and the script was hastily rewritten to make his character's brother, and Fox cast in his place. Barbara Carrera as a notional love interest, which the previous film decided not to include, is fine. And the really surprising element is the prominent billing of Laurence Olivier as Hess himself. He doesn't appear until the film's over three-quarters of the way through when he's finally broken out of prison. And although his performance is very good, he's carefully made up to resemble Hess without obscuring his features. And it's a strong performance in a few scenes. Hess believing that he no longer has a place in the world and wants to return to the routine and comfort of prison where he can serve his penance. It doesn't ring true with actual fact. Hess was, in fact, an unrepentant Nazi and anti Semite. So claiming that he is in some way a reformed character who simply wants to serve his sentence in peace is demonstrably untrue, and it feels awkward and uncomfortable that it's him who becomes the voice of conscience at the end of the movie, particularly when he jovially waves goodbye to the characters as they drop him off at the Dutch embassy, the French embassy rather, to hand himself back into custody. It's a film that has its strengths. It has strong action, it has strong performances, and it's engaging throughout. But it does have those weird moments of tone deafness, just as the previous film was attempting to be a bit more progressive in its thinking, in its attitudes towards a group of white mercenaries breaking a black African president out of captivity, and had slightly more nuance than you might expect. This goes in the other direction and has a Nazi war criminal as the voice of conscience. Um, it's a weird misstep, uh, which I think perhaps contributed to the film's failure at the box office. The lack of any big stars at the time, I think, were also a problem, as was the implosion of Thorn EMI, the British studio that produced the film. It's not a terrible film by any means, but it's definitely one that you probably shouldn't think about too much.